The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that concept has never been more forward than in this flashback that we're currently getting. And no, I'm not talking about Garp this time. But spoilers ahead up through chapter 1168 if you haven't read that far, then scroll on. No, today we are speaking on King Harold, a truly tragic character. And I've got to say, I'm so impressed with how much I've been rooting for this guy the entire time, knowing full well that he was not going to succeed. I feel like it's a testament to Oda's writing that I can have so much hope for this character while having absolute definitive confirmation that it is not going to work out. This man has disappointed me even though I knew he would. Oda, stop putting me in all these toxic relationships. Chapter 1168 starts off with a really interesting moment. Harold, for all intents and purposes, at least in this moment, succeeded in his goals. He wanted the reputation for giants to become more positive around the world. And not only that, he wanted to be able to spread and share his culture. He didn't want to be feared by the people. He wanted to be embraced. And in these 4 panels, we're starting to see that. With this person directly saying, I used to be scared of the giants, but now I really want to meet one. And the chef saying that the Elbaf seafood is fantastic. And the shipwright saying that the cedar that's being exported from Elbaf is immaculate. So culture is being spread through food and craftsmanship. And simply the willingness to interact with these people. Harold did it. We've got Ida acknowledging the fact that the children are happier. The country as a whole feels like a completely different country than the one that she arrived to all those years ago. The work that Saul's done with the Walrus School has had its effects almost immediately. And they're all positive. And it's so interesting because, of course, when we met Harold, he was a tyrant. He was the exact thing he spent the back half of his life trying to change. And Ida was quite obviously the inspiration for that. But unfortunately, Harold is the king of overcorrecting. In this panel, he says we ought to throw out all the bad habits of our warrior past. And Ida responds with, really? But I like your warrior pride. I think it's cool. And she goes on to say you should treasure your culture. And this is where Harold really goes wrong, because he can't seem to find the line between respecting his own culture and catering to the rest of the world's perception. And Ida's trying to explain to him right here that you can be both. You can still have a warrior's pride while not oppressing others. And Harold quickly dismisses this concept and just jumps to something that frustrated him personally. Well, what about them not letting us marry? And Ida goes on to say, I really just never cared about that. You're putting too much weight on things that don't matter as much. But of course, we later see that we lose Ida in this chapter. And that is partially because King Harold has been too busy being the dog of the world government, because she was poisoned by her own kind. In the same chapter, we see Elbaf get accepted by the world. We see Elbaf fall. King Harold was able to eke out a semblance of peace within the giants and the rest of the world, at the cost of the souls of every giant on Elbaf. King Harold is truly a fool, a man who was blinded by his own ambition, truly being unable to see the forest through the trees, and that forest being the evil that is the world government and the devil who sits atop it all. So pour one out for wise King Harold. All of his dreams came true, but at what cost?